asked me why I'm doing all this. But even if I told you why, I doubt very strongly that the knowledge would change anything at all.
Dare you to try and stop me from going into a women's bathroom. It will be the last mistake you ever make. I dare you to try and stop a transgender woman in my presence from using the bathroom. It will be the last mistake you ever make.
You mean to tell me that they had Leah Thomas, a man with male parts, going into a female locker room and changing in front of you guys while y'all were undressing biological females, and that's allowed to happen?
Exactly. All of a sudden it got dead silent. I turn around. I mean, this person's towering over every other person in the locker room, drops the clothes, full male, like a fully intact male with male genitalia. And almost subconsciously, you just cover. Like, it's just a subconscious inherent feeling when you see a male with male parts watching you undress. Why is no one talking about this? Why is a coach not sticking up for us? Why is someone within the NCAA, why were we not warned? We did not give our consent for this. No one asked us.
I dare you to try and stop a transgender woman in my presence from using the bathroom.
Like to be a woman, you can identify as a woman. I don't know why there is such an issue.
Anyone can, right?
I don't see a problem with it.
Just literally put the hand up and say I'm a woman. Okay, why can't I identify as a black lesbian?
Well, firstly, I mean, it was...
I'm serious. I'm serious. If I can identify as anything without any need to prove I'm actually what that is, why can't I on International Women's Day say, I'm Piers Morgan, I'm a black lesbian?
I think taking it to a kind of absurd status,
I think that's
talking about quite a
with
strong
respect, I think that
change.
you've already opened the absurdity door by saying it is limitless. You can do what you like. Anyone can say, I'm a woman.
That was just an early honorable mention. Now let's start the show.
Let's start the show.
I have a few questions for the black folk who believe that there is an agenda to emasculate the black man. First question. Y'all do know that feminine black men exist, right? They are not some new invention that white queer media created in 2015. They exist and have always been here.
What?
So being that black men are not a monolith, why do y'all expect traditional masculinity to be the image of each and every last black man? Why should black men who are fluid in their presentation be robbed of representation because y'all allow the racial construct and the gender construct to battle for which one done fucked us up the most?
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
We get rightfully disgusted when white people pigeonhole black men by saying that they only act or present one way. So why argue that black men can only exist on public platforms in one way, or else there's an agenda?
Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
And by the way, what is the motive behind this agenda? Because societally, black women and men are characterized as aggressive, threatening, and masculine. That is the very reason why Officer Oink Oink can kill an unarmed black person and claim that he who has a gun was in fear for his life. Due to institutionalized racism and bias, there are more black men under correctional control than there were enslaved in certain parts of the 1800s. But y'all are scared of femininity taking black men out of their communities. Show your work. Show your work. Show your work.
Our children are captives to unhinged Marxist educators who are pushing inappropriate sexual, racial, and political material on our children from the youngest possible age. They're not old enough to think. The current education system is so upside down that school prayer is banned, but drag shows are absolutely allowed. Just do whatever you want. You can't teach the Bible, but you can teach children that men get pregnant and that kindergartners are allowed to pick their own gender. You can't talk about the Bible. You would not trust these people to babysit your children for 30 minutes, and we should not let them educate millions of American students 6 hours a day, year after year.
78% of black husbands were in their homes, married to the mother of their children, when they started the social engineering of the welfare state. Fast forward 50 years, 78% Black children are being raised in single-headed households.
So basically, soon as the welfare introduced the child support system, women been trying to have multiple baby daddies and collect all that. Independent women.
This is destruction personified.
She said social. Even though she's talking about welfare and all that good stuff. Social.
More than 16 million daily TikTok users are under the age of 14. That's just one stat laid out in a lawsuit Seattle Public Schools hit social media giants like Meta, Snapchat, and YouTube with, saying the platforms contributed to a mental health crisis among youth.
Another thing I want to speak on is Kevin Samuels. From what my understanding, he was a regular black man trying to tell women to value themselves, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
All right, so when you say I'm not out, so
I'm not on the Tinders and this and that. I'm not.
But my point is, when was the last time you had a relationship?
A year ago.
When was the last time you had a serious relationship?
Define serious. You mean like a couple years?
Serious, meaning somebody who can actually come in and split bills with you.
Yeah. Never.
Thank you. And that's my point. You've never done it, and that's what's necessary.
I absolutely understand.
So if you've never done it, you cannot tell me that I'm not trying to be willy-nilly. You're not living life like a man is necessary.
I'm just saying I chose wrong.
I get it, but you can't. I get it.
But he wanted people to just be regular, to just follow traditional roles, and apparently America doesn't want that.
Bullshit. We know it, all right? We do not need to be having literature that's showing boys how to suck dick.
I'm a 6th grader. I found in a library on Kauai, and it's really atrocious. These are just some of the few books I found. I mean, I couldn't bring them all from Kauai. This is one of them, What Makes a Baby. In this book, there is no babies anymore. There's no men, there's no woman. There's bodies with uterus and bodies with a sperm. They're removing the word man or woman. Red is for kindergartners. It's a book that's telling kids they could be on the wrong body. This is for 3 years old.
They could be in the wrong body.
In the wrong body. This is for 10 years old. 10 years old, you guys. It's perfectly normal.
Isn't it crazy? It's not.
10 years old?
Whether it's heterosexual or homosexual,
I don't care. I don't care. This is not for a 10-year-old, you guys. Anybody has children here or cakey? This is not okay. Okay? This is gender queer. Sorry, you guys, but this is. I'm going to show it to everybody.
She's just
oral sex.
She wants
we have to be showing this kids section in the library, and this is in the schools. This is in the schools. It's okay, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm a mom. Your boys. This shouldn't be seen by little kids. So I know that the representative left, but please show them. This is what library.
Yeah, on
public library.
Public library, wild out here.
I know, and in public schools too, dear. And if you speak against this, you say, "Oh, you're anti-gay." I'm not anti-gay, but don't be showing porn to my kid.
I'm out. I'm leaving Earth, B. I'm going to Mars. What? Hey, yo, what are you... Hey, yo, what? Bro, what? Nah. These niggas... Hey, yo, they wild. Hey! Yo, I'm out, B. Why? Hey, I'm out of here. Nope.
So these other illustrators are like very known for writing children books for a long time, and it's obvious that they're grooming children through children books. Well, we got people like Caitlin, who's actually good at making books, and she's really just an MMA fighter. Check out her content.
Me and my friend Bob here have been working on a children's book. It finally came. Here they are. So you guys are here with me, unboxing them for the first time. Bob, how excited are you for this? He's a man of many words. Here is the book. Wow. Oh, look at that. Fight for your dreams. Ooh, it is crisp in here. Oh my gosh, Bob, look, you made it into the book. We got books. Tons of books.
Now you tell me, who would you rather have reading books to your children at school? The groomers or people like Caitlin?
The American Medical Association has announced that The sex of a child should not be on a birth certificate because we don't know it until they choose it. This is the American Medical Association. This is the thing. People don't know the damage the left does to everything it touches: art, music, education, children, male-female relations, and medicine. It has corrupted the medical field. The American American Academy of Pediatrics, they've come out for affirmative care to give minors hormone blockers. I mean, that is evil.
He became Woman of the Year in 6 months. So what that tells you women, that in 6 months, a man can put on a dress and be a better woman than you. I need you to feel insulted. It only took him 6 months to outdo decades of your fight and to infiltrate your movement and take your shit over.
Okay, because hoe is life. Right. And you know why hoe is life? Because stop judging hoes. Stop judging anybody. Stop judging people in general. Like, people just are so worried about what the next bitch got going on. Yeah. And I don't know. I have never worried about another hoe.
Some people really just don't want to grow up, man. You know, I mean, some of these women out here are just fucking delusional. They're the only ones I feel like that fucking support hoe phases and hoe this and hoe that. Oh, let's just be hoes, woohoo! Like, it's fucking nasty, bro.
This is what's happening. Men have been women.
You said how? You said what? How much in a week?
35K.
35K.
With my fast ass, y'all.
Man, stop playing.
You say you got OnlyFans, right?
Yes.
You got a child?
I have two.
You don't think that your content will ultimately hurt him going in school? Because I think about shit like, yo, that's why your mom got OnlyFans. She popping that for
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't.
For $4.99.
You know why? Because my son will beat the ass.
He's still getting teased. That's
your
still
mom?
embarrassing. Like,
I'm not ashamed of it. You wanna know why?
You are
Because
not.
I do everything by myself.
how do you think he gonna respect women when he get older? He gonna look at them as only, oh, I throw the money and they gonna do whatever the fuck I say.
You know what he told me? He told me he'll never take care of a female.
What about your daughter? Is she gonna grow up now and thinking men are only good to get money from? I'm only gonna value them.
My daughter, my daughter's, my daughter.
It didn't just start. Before it was women had to stay home, and what was men doing? Bringing home money.
It's unfortunate that he passed away because he did start a conversation in our community that we needed to have.
That was a fact.
It was overdue. Like, you know what I mean? So,
I don't know who need to hear this, but if you having sex on OnlyFans, you are a prostitute. Any form of sex in exchange for payment is called prostitution. Boy, oh boy, I dropped a bomb on you bitches with that prostitution shit. You ain't know you was a prostitute. Well, let me fill you in, baby. On schoolyard crit, ho. If you on OnlyFans fucking your baby daddy, your boyfriend, your nephew, the second you press withdraw, you are a prostitute. If you do porn, I don't give a fuck how professional it is. You could have a tripod set up with the Yamaha 3000 red eye camera. Bitch, it's prostitution. The second you get...
See, it's not the music teaching the behavior. They're passing it down from generation to generation. You see, generation to generation. She gonna dress like her mama. She gonna have the same attitude as her mama. She gonna act like her mama.
What y'all gonna do if a bitch hop in your man DM?
A bitch can hop in my man DM, but he be all in my guts. Thank you.
A bitch can't talk to my nigga unless they put money on his books. Thank you. A bitch can't talk to my nigga cause I hop on that face. Period. Thank you. Bitches be all in my man DM trying to get some dick. Ain't no more. I ate it all.
This is destruction personified.
You've made me a better human just simply by being who you were born to be. Our baby girl, Zaya Wade.
The 15-year-old who came out as transgender in 2020 has been open about facing hateful comments online.
Father, my job isn't to create a version of myself or direct your future. My role is to be a facilitator to your hopes, your wishes, and your dreams.
When you're gay, you're thinking about a sexual preference. When you're trans, you're having thoughts, thinking, mental, right? So if I'm a facilitator to your hopes and dreams and what you think, and you're telling me you like talking to trees because those are your friends, and you want to become a tree, I think it's my duty to guide you to some help. I understand my son may feel a certain way, but at such a young age, I need you to understand. You were naturally born a boy, and that's just the way it is. And if you really strongly feel like you're a tree, then maybe you're going to be diagnosed with schizophrenia or something. I don't know. But I'm not going to have you believe into some delusional things that's not real.
Dwayne. So leave me the fuck alone. This is my pussy. I do what I want to do with it. Nah, go talk to your goddamn mother. This is not. See?
No.
Huh?
They cut it off.
This is not. See?
No.
Now, I know a lot of y'all already saying, why would he put this clip in there? She passed away and all these things, right? Rest in peace to her. But her family was constantly uploading her, acting like that in front of that 16-year-old girl back there, mind you. So we get an eye opener on the family alone. But more importantly, the real moral behind this is the family would record her. They would ask her hey grandma or hey mama, what's your favorite position? All these stupid dumb questions uploaded to the internet, gain some monetary, get some money off of it. Now that she gone, they just we so sad that this is the only way the world gets to view our mother, our grandmother. But at the same time, y'all gotta ask yourself as a family, how did it get to this point? Because you pulled out that phone, broadcasted your grandmother or mother doing these things, and now she's gone, rest in peace. But dang, y'all be tripping.
You know how old you is? I'm somebody's grandmother, boo. Okay, you can still guess my size.
Let's pretend I'm her grandson for a second. I'm punching the fucking air right now. You know why? Because goddamn it, grandma, it ain't what you do, it's how you do it. You couldn't do that off the camera. I got friends, family, you just embarrassed us. God fucking damn, grandma. Calm the fuck down, seasoned cougar.
I'm somebody's grandmother, boo. Okay. You talking to an old seasoned cougar right here, baby.
As you can see, the new American motto is basically X out the man by making the man the biggest simp. If you're the biggest simp, the woman's going to be that masculine woman. Or she ain't even got to be masculine, but she's going to give orders and you're going to listen and follow. Gay boy, you're not even going to want a woman, so you're going to be a little woman yourself. So women are going to run these households because men ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? That's the narrative, and they trying to X out men anyway. Look at Andrew Tate. Look at Kevin Samuels. Look at all the regular men being men. They got canceled already. And to the men, y'all need to stop walking out of these kids' lives, because who they going to be left with? The thought mama? The thought grandma? You just seen that shit. And even if they ain't thoughtin', they still need that man there.
I don't have no kids, and I promise you, if I did have one, we don't even have to debate about no child support. I'll pay you child support, and the baby could go with you. No problem.
I mean, well,
we ain't gotta go to court. We ain't gotta argue about visitation. Listen, take him, and I will pay you child support. Whatever you want. I don't have no.
You want me to be responsible for some children I told them I did not want. So for some years now, some of them been trying to get in contact with me. Access denied. Because I don't really know why you trying to get in contact with me. I done told you I did not want them kids. Yeah, I could have pulled out, but I didn't. And I ain't care to pull out. Because I'm not the one that gonna have to carry a baby for 9 months. It's the woman.
But I bring it up just to say this. If it's single households, right, and the women Kevin was trying to talk to, he trying to tell them to value themselves. Andrew Tate tried to tell people to value themselves.
A large contingent of men out there who don't want to wear makeup, who don't want to be girls, who don't want to be told they're toxic.
And people try to shun down on them. Why? Because the cancel culture is strong. They're a strong community. And they canceling anything that's about rebuilding a black man or any man, really. If you're trying to keep men masculine, cancel culture coming from you. You don't know what I'm talking about? Check out these clips.
I love this guy right here.
Motherfuckers can't rhyme no more about crime no more.
They did it to Tory, the baby, Travis, Kanye. Hey, they're gonna cancel you too. It's just a matter of time. The question is, can you even stop it at this?
You get automatic cancel. How you feel about that?
First of all, one, we're supposed to have freedom of speech. Number two, if you free to go and push whatever it is that you believe, I should be able to push what I believe. Let's be clear here. These are women in this room. You mean to tell me that I automatically have to address you as one when they have had to fight to literally be the actual one that they are by nature? Hold up, let's make this clear, because I know a lot of people argue about this. Women are women because they have a womb. stigma. You ain't got that. I get it. Trauma is a part of this. I get it. Certain feelings, chemical castration, mental manipulation. That's a lot of factors as to why a lot of males have grown up with this mentality, feeling like they're a woman. But you have to face it and stop lying and just say, it's just how I was born. No. Look at your history. Look at your childhood. Look at everything that happened around you. Look at your diet. Look at the chemicals that we're injecting into your body. This is in love, because I got people I know who are trans and they tell me, like, you right. Ain't no judging and there's no hatred whatsoever. But the canceling is real interesting to me, because you don't cancel the people who promote things that kill your people. You don't cancel the people that promote things that attack women, attack the children, manipulate the men, destroy the family. You don't cancel that. You don't cancel none of that. You don't cancel this government. They saying the same stuff they've been saying. You don't want to teach the truth about none of this, but you telling me if I say, excuse me, sir, these women deserve respect. You can't just step in there when they have been a woman their whole life and say, because you feel like one, we're automatically going to address you as one. You get all the rights. You get to go to the restroom with them. Hold on, bruh. How far you want to go? You have trans who have been brought to female prisons, and now they're trying to figure out how these female inmates is getting pregnant. Hold up. That's big facts, and it's Googleable. Let me know how far you're willing for this to go, because most of the people in the LGBTQ community don't agree with most of the stuff that the government is pushing. It ain't them. Okay. Who owns these networks? Who owns this? And that's the other thing. The LGBTQ got to stand up against the people who are dressing up as LGBTQ to destroy the livelihood of everybody else. Y'all got to confront your own damn people. Just like we got to confront our own people for killing each other.
If a dude speak his mind about transgenders and all that, and he get automatic counsel, how you feel?
Going to tell a truth that may ruffle some feathers, so caw-caw! The only group in society that is trying to force asexuality onto children is cis heterosexual conservatives. Y'all are the ones that have attached gender and sexuality to the most innocent things in society, including what toys your sons are allowed to play with. Y'all are the ones funding conversion camps where queer children are sent to be abused. Y'all are the ones passing laws based on your religious beliefs. And all the while making drag queens the scapegoat while doing nothing about the actual threats to children in this country. We are not trying to expose children to homosexuality to sexualize them. We just recognize that people don't just wake up on their 18th birthdays and decide what sexual orientation they are. There are gay children too. Children that already face higher rates of bullying, suicide, substance abuse, trafficking, and homelessness, which is a direct result of living in a society that ostracizes them. There are also straight children who have gay parents or peers that they will be exposed to, whether y'all teach them about homosexuality or not. So I say all this to say that y'all's desire to keep homosexuality away from children is compromising the well-being of actual children. You motherfuckers find age-appropriate ways to explain divorce, death, sickness, marriage, reproduction, saving money, religion, and even kidnapping to children. The only reason y'all refuse to understand that the same thing can be done for homosexuality is because y'all are the ones with the agenda.
You keep talking, man, and you shut the fuck up, huh?
You motherfuckers find age-appropriate ways to explain divorce, death, sickness, marriage, reproduction, saving money, religion, and even kidnapping to children. The only reason y'all refuse to understand that the same thing can be done for homosexuality is because y'all are the ones
with the agenda.
And the agenda that's being pushed on these kids now is the LGBTQ agenda. And if you don't believe me, they several times they've shown you they're pushing this on the kids. They've even had drag the kids to pride parades where children are out there and the drag queens are doing what they do, half naked.
This is the Drag the Kids to Pride event at Mr. Mister's in Dallas's Oaklawn neighborhood. Organizers promoted it as a family-friendly drag show where kids danced with the performers.
Because y'all are the ones with the agenda.
Now against the law here in Tennessee to hold drag shows on public property in the presence of children or near schools in the state. Note, you can still dress and drag and dance for each other and adults, mind you just gotta leave kids out of it. Now you'd think preventing grown-ass men from dressing as hypersexualized women to strip, dance, and gyrate in front of minors would be a pretty damn bipartisan and pretty damn decent thing to do, but you're forgetting that millions of Americans are infected with a disease known as
liberalism.
You think children should be exposed to that, you are a sicko and a pervert and a freak, and you should probably be on some kind of a watch list or in jail. This is some sick, sick stuff. My God.
I have no idea why you want drag queens to read books to your children. What in the hell has a drag queen ever done to make you have so much respect for them and admire them so much? Other than put on makeup and jump on the floor and writhe around and do sexual things on stage. I have absolutely no idea why you would want that to influence your child. Would you want a stripper or a porn star to influence your child? It makes no sense at all. A drag queen performs in a nightclub for adults. There is a lot of filth that goes on, a lot of sexual stuff that goes on. And backstage, there's a lot of nudity, sex, and drugs. So I don't think that this is an avenue you would want your child to explore. To actually get them involved in drag is extremely, extremely irresponsible on your part. And I understand you might want to look like you're with it, that you're cool, that you're woke, that you're not a Nazi, that you're not a homophobe, whatever it may be. But you can raise your child to be just a normal, regular, everyday child without including them in gay, sexual things.
They say agendas aren't being pushed in schools, but look at this book coming to New York City in April.
These are my eyes, this is my nose, this is my vulva, these are my toes, by Lex Brown James. These are my eyes, this is my nose, this is my vulva, these are my toes. Some kids are bald, and some have hair. When you grow up, you'll have hair everywhere. I have 2 legs, he has 1, she has no legs, and we all have fun. My mouth has lips, my head has ears. Not all kids speak, not all kids hear. This is my chest, and these are my nipples. Here is my penis. This is your elbow. Can you bend your knees and grab your big toe? Here is my back. Here's my belly, right after the snack. Some girls wear dresses, some girls won't. Some girls have vulvas, and some girls don't. Some boys have a penis, but not all boys do. To always use your manners, ask, what may I call you? EJ is not a girl or a boy, so not he or she. To show you care, always use they, them, or theirs. 1 finger, 2 finger, 3 finger, 4. Add a thumb, and your hand can tickle galore. That tickles, Daddy. This is my chin, these are my cheeks, and this is my throat, where my voice sometimes squeaks. Squeak! This is a butt, and sometimes it makes funny sounds. Just use your manners if anyone is around. Naming all these parts has been fun, and remember, ask if it's okay before you touch anyone. May I have a hug?
Nope, no agendas
And
anywhere.
LBGT members, the real ones, they need to stand up and talk to their people. Well, not they people, but the ones who's trying to put their mask on to act like they LBG just to throw out some hidden agendas and to do some dirty, lame, secretive bull crap like force things of that nature on kids. And we've seen it multiple times. But TikTok, Instagram, they're going crazy. Now, another thing I want to point out before we go to the next video, before we get into all the big nitty gritty, I want to say this. If you have a daughter, right, or even a son, and they on TikTok, they might see a young influencer around their age. So they're going to be influenced like, oh, snap, he do what I do and he my age. Oh, snap, he like bikes and he like flipping off the side of the house. Oh, I got to follow him on TikTok, see what he gets into, right? So let's say you got a daughter and that's going on. She see a young influencer and it's like, oh, got to follow her. Now, what if your daughter was following Kim Kardashian's daughter, Northwest? And you thinking nothing of it. These are just examples. You ain't got to particularly be her, but I'm saying a young influencer. Your daughter following Northwest, and then this happened.
He say that I'm good enough. Got him out think about shit that I shouldn't know. So I tell him it's one of me.
What do you do? Like, you see how it's just poison the communities? Because even if your daughter didn't catch wind, now your daughter's friend might catch wind and be like, look, we got to get like her. Because she popping and she cute or whatever, however little girls talk. I don't know the girl lingo or what little girls are inspired to be, but you know what I'm trying to get at.
Mom's a baddie, so she know what it is. But my pops, though,
He gonna black
I'm
out a
his
little
baby
bit.
girl.
He
like,
gonna black out a little
yeah,
bit.
he gonna be like, gonna do a different pose, but that's my pose, like, for me.
But I just pulled up the clip of her talking about my mom's a baddie. Bro, I swear when I looked at that chain on her neck and just how she carry herself and stuff, I was just thinking, let me shut up and roll the clip. Let me shut up and roll the clip.
You flying a little girl. Well, she's not a little girl. This is a grown lady who is projected to look like a little girl, who's projected to look like a Raggedy Ann doll. Borderline Balenciaga paraphernalia. You would think this is a child first until she bends over. And then you say, oh, she doesn't look like a little, but to your face, she looks like a little child. She looks like a little girl because she appeals to a certain audience. Okay? Yeah. And then our children are watching it. Then our children are mimicking. Well, she looks like a little girl. She like a little Raggedy Ann doll, you know, with freckles on her face. And so my child now wants a wig like her and wants a velour Victoria's Secret two-piece suit like her. And now she online rapping her lyrics like her. It's borderline giving P-E-D.
Oh my God. Says we have a badass little girl destroys plants at Walmart, disrespects her grandma, and curses out customers. Sheesh. Says, how would you handle this situation? Without further ado, let's go and jump up in it right now.
If you ain't fucking with my nigga Sheldon, nigga, fuck you. Yeah.
I come to Walmart and I'm in Lewisburg. It is always something popping off. Now, I don't know what's wrong with. Oh my God. No, she need her ass whooped.
She do need a whooping.
Because I don't know if it's that her grandma.
No.
Oh my God,
People hit you with that.
Lay
a smack down on you. I'm telling you. If you acting
Baby,
up like
give
that.
me permission. Give me the permission.
I ain't
Give
never
me
hit
the
my mama
permission,
with that,
baby. Honey, I will knock that purple shirt off her. You heard me? Oh my
She threw that at the
God.
stranger. But let's move on. Let's move on.
They sexualize the children under 10. They got sex education now. It's called as once you introduce sex into everything else after that changes. Your life changes. Your focus changes. Everything changes.
Viewer discretion is advised. Let's check it out right now.
If you ain't fucking with my nigga Sheldon, nigga, fuck you. Yeah.
Before I finish my sentence, he's pulling off my t-shirt, laughing when I can't undo his shirt buttons. He's undoing my belt. I'm reaching into his bedside drawer for a condom. We're kissing. Again, we're rolling over. Obviously, you can see where this is going. I don't know if it's because we're feeling especially emotional or just tired, or these past couple of weeks have been too much. But this reminds me so much of the first time we had sex. We were both terrified, and the whole thing was kind of terrible because we didn't know what we were doing. But it was good too, so good, because we were a mess of emotions, and we were scared and excited, and everything felt new. So this sort of feels like that. Nick touches me like he's scared that any minute. Now, this book was at my middle school, and it was on a stand. When I rented it out to show my dad it, the librarian asked if I wanted more and if I wanted a graphic novel version.
Well, as disturbing as that was to listen to, and it was disturbing, that's in the school library for them to read, 11 years old. So if that's disturbing to listen to as an adult, for me, I don't know about you, but for me, it was uncomfortable hearing a little boy speak and read like that. If there's a book in the school library, the kid ought to be able to read it aloud without making anybody uncomfortable at that age. This is not the entertainment that a child needs. The same with these songs talking about get that head, get that bread, then leave, and you know, the WAP and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? The FOB, I done this, and spinning on the ops and all this degrading music that we have. All of this degrading music that we have, like, this is not for the child. This is not for children. The music is intended for grown-ups to listen to, but the kids are listening to it. Those types of books should be made for grown-ups. Kids should not be getting a hold of that. Yeah, you know, when we was growing up, I used to have to sneak and listen to the shit that I wanted to listen to. I used to have to sneak and watch the shit that I wanted to watch because it wasn't going down. So why are we shoving this agenda, this LGBTQ agenda on these children like this? This is very disturbing. This is not nothing a child should be entertained by. Feeding them sexuality, whether it's heterosexuality or homosexuality. And the agenda that's being pushed on these kids now is the LGBTQ agenda. And if you don't believe me, they several times they've shown you they're pushing this on the kids. They
sexualizing children under 10.
I know Instagram ain't gonna let this one go viral, but ask yourself this. Why don't Instagram got an app for kids? You know, because I be seeing a lot of titties on here. I be seeing niggas do the helicopter with they sack. Why don't Instagram got an app just for kids where kids could be in the kids' place with their kid friends? You don't need to be on Instagram to hit up your mama and daddy. One, your ass need to be at home, and two, if you at school, you need to contact them there at work. That's what the other that phone for, the number. You don't need an app. That's crazy, because last time I checked, this wasn't a kids app. And we so worried about violence because of what the minors could see. But what about what the minors doing because of what the adults could see? Certain adults. Oh, y'all know what I'm talking about? My homeboy could get y'all hip. Let me get the homie real quick. Hey, yo, Chris!
There's something I got to tell you. I'm Chris Hansen, and I work for a show called Dateline NBC. Okay. And we're doing a story on adults who try to meet young teenagers online for sex.
Now, thank you, Chris Hansen. Now, with that being said, do you motherfuckers still think that it is okay to let these little girls go in algorithm like that on this app? Why not IG for kids? Even YouTube kids ain't going crazy like this. This is Balenciagram. Look up your facts on Balenciaga. Instagram is okay with it apparently because they've never did no update to try to fix this shit. Never. But we gonna trip off a motherfucker saying, shoot me a text, G. We gonna trip off a motherfucker saying, I'll beat this goofy in Mortal Kombat. What he talking about? Yeah, you can't do that kind of shit.
Yeah, Mom, that shit's still not done? Ah.
So immediately after watching this video, I did my research on this woman, and basically that's really her son. That's a real mother and son situation. But the funny thing is, fun fact, she couldn't get past 500 views on her own. She was not seeing 1,000 views on her own. But as soon as her son smacked her booty and she recorded it and posted it, or her husband recorded it and posted it, now they viral. She almost at 300K. What does that tell you about Balenciagram? By the way, we got kids on the app. You know Balenciagram gonna let you go viral now. We got kids smacking their mothers on the ass. Put them in algorithm.
Girl. They'll talk. They'll talk.
They'll talk.
Okay. Cardi, baby.
I just really want to know, what's the purpose? Why does she gotta have them nails? Who is this little 3-year-old? Like, what important people does she know? Who does she model for? Why does she have to look like this? Why she gotta talk like that? Why she gotta act like that? At about 3-4 years old. I tell y'all have babies with, man.
at that age, this is not the entertainment that a child needs. The same with these songs talking about get that head, get that bread, then leave, and you know, the WAP and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
No, it ain't my money. It ain't my child. But at the same time, children ain't got no business mimicking what adults do.
Ain't got a chance. These kids ain't got a chance no more, bro. They get robbed for their innocence now. Back when I was coming up, you had to go choose to go be on some stupid ass dumb shit. Now, they putting their kids on to the dumb shit.
We are not trying to expose children to homosexuality to sexualize them. We
Look at these news articles. It's exactly what we predicted all along, and sadly, it's at the expense of children. This is why all-age drag shows, family-friendly drag shows, and drag queen reading hours are inappropriate for children. Men should not want to dress up like women to parade in front of children like this. This is a slippery slope at best that leads to this. This is what we were trying to prevent. This is what we will still try to prevent as we stand for children. Stop the war on children. Stand with us today.
There's a new wave of darkness that is slowly consuming the internet right now.
Child pornography has become rampant. It's unbelievable what's happening online.
A massive wave of child pee is engulfing social media by storm.
Elon Musk has made it his top priority to address child sexual exploitation on Twitter.
Where do I begin? I recently released a video on how CP was blowing up on Discord, and it scared me, like a lot. But it also begs the question, why is CP growing today so fast, so rapidly? When I tried to answer these questions, I found out that there's a lot more behind the CP incident than meets the eye. Why do these people begin craving this content to begin with? Are they born with it? Was there an external force that caused their sick addiction? I'll give you a perfect example. Where do people go in today's time to find underage XXX symbols, softcore P, sexual dancing, and unrealistic beauty expectations? None other than TikTok alone. This app creates an environment for young children and teenagers to record themselves following provocative and explicit dancing videos. These are trends that they want to act cool and follow with. They actually auto-apply beauty filters which make them look more attractive to our Eurocentric beauty standards.
I don't feel comfortable. You see that?
And in return they get their social validation and recognition, of course. These apps encourage and promote a skewed and unattainable version of beauty. TikTok actually has an algorithm that rates your face to determine if you're cute enough by giving you a score on their like beauty score standard. This is all done by machine learning without any human intervention whatsoever. Videos of people on a higher beauty rank actually get more views in return. They were also under fire for automatically applying a minor beauty filter to all videos without any of the users' consent.
This is not what I look like, and I don't know how to fix it. I've gone through every possible option in the portrait, the beauty filter is not on, and I don't feel comfortable looking at myself and presenting myself in a way that isn't authentic.
However, their opinions obviously don't change the revenue that TikTok is generating by making people lust over this synthetic beauty, so there's that. Now, once this app does it, the rest of the apps will be forced to follow, because would you rather use an app that has more people that are more ugly or an app that has people that are more attractive? Obviously, the app is going to pull you in with lust against your own will and use you as a tool to attract people to stay on their app as long as possible. TikTok is making this generation a lot more hypersexualized than they should be, especially towards the young teens and kids that are using their apps. They're making them look like models at such a young age. The Snapchat dog filter is the origin of seemingly harmless filters. When the dog filter was released, it showed people that real-time filter application was actually possible. It seemed like a harmless new piece of technology that this made, Snapchat surge in popularity and revenue and all of the above. Everyone knew about it because they were the first to do it. However, what I realized from the previous video I made on the Discord CP problem was that some of the Discord servers that are promoting and literally selling CP publicly on Discord, by the way, I made a full video on it, cards above if you want to see that. I broke down their whole operation. But I noticed that these servers had similar names to each other, which is like Teen Leaks 10-17, and their pictures were usually of a very young girl with a Snapchat dog filter on her face. These filters actually encourage users to open up their mouths and stick out their tongues to perform the licking screen animation. I'm not sure if Snapchat realized, but this was inadvertently sexualizing the minors on their app. The children don't know what they're doing is actually exciting many predators across the web by them sticking out their tongues and acting like they're dogs licking the screen. How didn't they see this one coming? Cuties, a movie released internationally in September of 2020 with a promotional poster featuring a group of 11-year-old girls barely dressed showing off provocative poses on stage. It caused an uproar throughout the world and even pushed one of the most signed petitions with nearly 500,000 signatures to cancel the release. and yet it's still released. Even liberals on Twitter, the ones that are all about cancel culture and promoting their own freedom, even these guys weren't in support of what was happening on this Netflix show. They faced the worst criticism. The director actually responded saying, it's because I saw so many things and so many issues around me lived by young girls that I decided to make this film to sound an alarm, saying we need to protect our children by showing them half naked on stage doing twerking dances. What do you mean protect our children? What's your version of protection? This is pure hypocrisy. The description given on Netflix is that of an oppressed little girl defying her family traditions of practicing Islam and joining and I quote literally right from Netflix, a twerking dance crew. We're talking about an 11-year-old girl here, which they then changed after a lot of backlash to a free-spirited dance crew. Doesn't change the fact that they're still 11-year-old girls twerking on Netflix. Only after backlash, they went and changed the name just to act like it never even happened. Because if you change the word twerk to free-spirited dance, people are gonna forget that it's actually a twerking dance. So stupid, bro. Now, honestly, aside from all of your political and religious views, could you imagine having a daughter who at the age of 11 years old is being put on stage to do a free-spirited dance known as twerking, barely clothed for everyone to see? It's sickening, and yet this is exactly what's being played on the biggest streaming service on the planet. I can't believe the creators of the show aren't in prison already. Absolute filth.
Guys, remember what I said about social media and media, the definitions? Well, they're grooming kids through TikTok, the fucking apps. They're grooming them through these fucking kid shows. Even at the libraries now. School's supposed to be a safe spot, but they at the libraries with the bullshit. Kids are not safe. It's a fucking war against children.
I want to end this video off saying this. Since we're talking about media, we see these hidden agendas on media, right? Let's not even focus on gay real quick. With media, before social media, it was just media, TV stuff, radio and stuff. It was just the media. What did they put out there on the media all the time? Aggressive people. You had your Italian mafia bosses, you had the American gangsters, you had the hood movies with all the shoot 'em up movies, the gang bangers, all that stuff, right? The gang life, that criminal life, that, like I said, hard body murder, kill, right? Just agree with me on that. When they put that motive out and some people took it too serious and was listening to rappers and was like, man, I want to be a gangster for real. I'm finna go hit some blocks and sell some drugs, hit licks, and murder people. Some people's really hearing these songs and seeing these movies and seeing them sell the drugs and was like, I could do it after focusing too much on the media instead of focusing on what's really going on. And now they feel like they have mental problems and a lot of regrets because they was just following the media and what was trending and cool. Fast forward to now, we got social media and they targeting kids that start off with phones and tablets. So they're gonna go off of what's trending, what's cool, what hurts to get you the money and all the other stuff that I just named. That's still gonna give you all the mental traumas and regret. What is they pushing? The gay motive. And they ain't even just talking about gay, they trying to have you changing your whole identity. Come on, let's be real. A person that's hearing voices in their head saying be somebody else is schizophrenic. That's all I'm gonna say on all this. That's how I'm gonna end it all. But instead of them trying to diagnose these people, they gonna say they're good and credit just so they could. Come on now, who the man? We ain't even gotta take it there. We know what they're trying to do. They just be trying to sell false dreams to these gay people. It's so deep, bro. I was looking at a commercial yesterday. It was headphones. They talking about trans rights and stuff. Just sell me the fucking headphones. Hershey's. I think Frosted Flakes was doing it too. I don't remember, but bro, it's just getting too deep. They do not care about no trans communities for real. These LBGs, like I said, masking themselves just to present an agenda. You got real LBGs like that drag dude that my bad, but I don't know what he identifies as, but you got the dude, the drag, who came in and said some real stuff. It's obviously some agendas going on. But like I said, bro, they put stuff in the media, social media, any type of media to fuck us up mentally. A lot of people don't fall for it, but these days everybody falling for some delusional crap. And we're going to talk about delusions and taking self-accountability. We're going to talk about all that on this channel. But I just wanted to let y'all know we gotta protect the children, and I'm gonna let some of these careless parents know what they doing with my distribution video. We're gonna be comparing how people handle their kids in the same way with packs,
get that pack, you get on the block, and you move it, right? You do the same thing virtually when you get your kid these phones and tablets too early, letting them go viral on dumb stuff where they can access millions of users and followers and shit like that. But like I said, this is the end of this video. It's been long enough. I'm gonna make a part 2. It's Code and Who? Code and Flu. Until then, I'll see you next time.
Coding out the flu, these diamonds shining like the sun.